You are grassrooted, going by what you're doing with Delta Youth Coalition, which means you understand the pulse of the people, you understand the yearnings, you understand the disconnect between the perception of the people and government. Going forward, what are those areas that you feel, other than the ones you've just mentioned, that you feel government should pay sufficient attention to discourage disharmony and discontent between the government and the governed in Delta State?
Okay, now, on that, I believe in empowerment arrangement. The youth should be empowered. The government in place have done a whole lot in that area. So I'm equally urging the incoming government to continue from where the outgoing government has stopped. Even we as DYC, we are doing a whole lot. As a matter of fact, before the election, we on our own capacity were able to empower 506 youths in the state in different areas. We'll be able to give them some little support, give trainings to people who need it and all that. And that actually helped us a lot to, synergize with the locals. Even the hawkers were able to grab them because these are the people that can take your message to places where you never envisage. So if government can be able to do all that, partner with pressure groups like ours and other pressure groups who do similar things that we do, and other organizations, NGOs, to help the people, it will make a whole lot of sense. And also, if you look at Delta State, Asaba in particular, you will see there's this drive in development. And this thing is not just a magic, it's just because there is an enabling environment. The government have made the environment to be suitable. That is why you see people trooping in from abroad and the neighboring states to come and, make this place a habitat. So if the place is cool as it is right now, of course, more development will start to come in. And I'm pleading, if the incoming administration can take opportunity of the business expansion that is about to take place, most importantly the Niger wharf that will soon come in, it will make a whole lot of sense. You can create a large, massive land where you can make it an industrial hub, create road, tie it, even before building, tie it, use the opportunity of this independent lighting arrangement, that the federal government have given autonomous to states to generate their own power. You can give power there, make it standard, just like what you see in India and China. We have a tableland here where you can achieve all that. Make it industrial hub. People will now come, buy, and set up the businesses or the factories for all different type of sector of industrialization. I think that will make a whole lot of sense and generate a whole lot of revenue for the state.
There is often this confusion arising from pressure groups participating in politics. The Delta Youth Coalition, of which you are the President General, there is the APCON coordinated by one Mr. Tolani Ajimisobwe. My interest is in knowing how harmonious, how cooperative these pressure groups are before, during, and after the elections in Delta State.
Yes, we as the political pressure groups, we have a whole lot of strategies. As a result of that, we're able to engage ourselves because we know ourselves. We're able to engage ourselves and have physical meetings and all that in order to plan on strategies on how to, win election, because that is the most important thing. Well, our strategies is embedded on the realistic agenda for the incoming government. That is the more agenda for Sheriff Oborevwori. So based on that, we now saw that there is a whole lot that is coming to Delta State. So as people who need a better governance, or rather who wants the dividend of democracy to extend to the people, we have to key in, because we have followers. Like for instance, in Delta Youth Coalition, we have 176,210 followers in Delta State. And if that is done, and during this election, they show that love, that they belong to this group. They show the capacity that they belong to this group by coming in mass in different local governments, in wards, and polling units to show capacity. And we delivered. So these are the things that we expect even from other political pressure groups who are yet coming up, because we don't expect every political group to be giant like us. Even us, I believe that there are people who are even higher than or doing better than what we have done, So it's just like that. It's gradual process. I believe before the next election, other pressure groups will be able to build momentum.
Well, before I let you go, people have varying impression of Delta State. You've seen, you live and you're doing business in Delta State, which means you understand the workings of Delta State. What is your perception of the evolving Delta State in the evolution of Nigeria?
Well, in development times, I know that Delta State, without being told, is a fast-growing state in Nigeria. Why do I say so? You make emphasis based on statistics. If you buy a plot of land here in Asaba, say for instance 10 million naira, in few months you can sell it 20 million. That is the practical truth. That will show you the inflow of people and demand on the property. When the demand is high, okay, the commodity, the price of the commodity increases. But when the demand is low, of course, you have to reduce the price of commodity. So that is the practical aspect of Delta State as a state. And with what is happening now in Delta State, which I give kudos to the outgoing governor, the Senator Dr. Ato Ifeanyi Okowa, which he has done wonderfully well in his administration. The incoming, who is Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, he is going to bring in his more agenda that will now merge with what the outgoing governor had done. He would now start from there and make a greater impact in Delta State, most in particular Delta State, Asaba, here, Asaba. So Asaba will now be a center of attraction among other towns in Delta State.
Well, huge delight having this conversation with you. Immeasurable thanks to you, Chibuzor, Mr. Dash, for your time and candor.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you, Mr. Peter. Thank you very much.